From the PEP Radio Newsroom, we have the following headlines about Venezuela. The U.S. military said it has been preparing for months for the operation that took place today. General Dan Caine, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said at a Trump news conference that U.S. forces had rehearsed their maneuvers for months, learning everything about Maduro, where he was and what he ate, as well as details of his pets and the clothes he wore. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again, Caine said, saying his forces were set by early December, not to get it right, but to ensure we cannot get it wrong. Just before noon today, Trump said that the U.S. is going to run Venezuela until there's a transition of power. As of 12 today, there are no visible signs that the U.S. is controlling the country. The president brought up the 1823 Monroe Doctrine formulated by President James Monroe, which was used to justify U.S. military interventions in Latin America. Now, Venezuela is not a major source of drugs like Trump claims. Trump has repeatedly claimed without evidence that boats have been carrying drugs into the U.S. from Venezuela, but in fact, Venezuela is not a major source of drugs to the United States. There's no evidence to suggest that fentanyl comes from Venezuela. Rather, the vast majority of fentanyl that flows into the U.S. is transported through Mexico and often produced from precursor chemicals coming from Asia. While a number of illegal armed groups are present in Venezuela, much of the cocaine flowing out of the country is produced in Colombia and other Andean nations. The Caribbean is often used as a jumping-off point for drug traffickers to smuggle their products to European markets. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that Nicolas Maduro quote, effed around and he found out, end quote. The defense secretary likened the attack on Venezuela to the U.S. strikes on Iran last summer over that country's nuclear program, saying that Maduro had his chance just like Iran had their chances. He said adversaries of the U.S. should remain on notice that America can project our will anywhere and any time. Welcome to 2026, and under President Trump, America is back, he said. That's what we know for now from the PEP Radio Newsroom. I'm David Moore.